All right, let's get it. So this morning we only have news on NZD at 10:30 a.m. And then 8:30 we have something going on, unemployment claims. We have an orange folder, which means we will experience something. It won't be as volatile as the red folders, but it is going to be something, right? So that's going on at 8:30, and then 10:30 we have, or I'm sorry, 10:30 a.m. on USD and NZD. And then I'm still not sure if tomorrow is NFP or not. I'm still trying to figure out if we're going to have NFP Friday. If not, I'm probably not going to go live. If it is happening, I will go live. But what's going on? I'm from Pakistan. Thanks for joining the live. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great start of the week. Or end of week since it is Thursday. All right, so gold is doing just as I predicted from yesterday's markup. So we had this nice area that we wanted to target for a sell before we had another retracement. So notice how gold was retracing just that bit before having an initial push. So we could try to catch that push in the market this morning from this pivotal point at 1829 or 1830 if we want to round it. But gold did exactly as predicted. So we noticed that we were no longer in a bearish trend. We have these highs being taken out from this bullish candle saying that, hey, the sellers lost control. We're now pushing up in the market. The bulls are in control now. And we're now looking for areas to catch that retracement for a bullish continuation. So now that retracement being at this level, we're looking for a point, a pivotal point in the market to catch a continuation. So we could buy at this area, but again, we want to try to catch it at that lowest point of interest. So if it sells just a bit more, around 1830 before we catch a buy up into our new range, that's a possibility, but we'll just have to see. So here we have the announcement off of that analysis that I just talked about. Gold price comes under some selling pressure on Thursday and stalls the week's recovery move from the 1805, 1804 region, or its lowest level since December. So it's going to consolidate just a bit this morning, and we should be able to have that push. But gold is doing just as predicted. Okay, so here's the recap on GBP AUD, the trade that we entered in on yesterday's live. Pretty easy to understand this. Basically, we had a market gap, right? And we wanted to try to find the best possible entry before we had that correction in the market. So price was around this area over here, right? And we wanted to enter in at the best possible area so that we had a nice tight stop loss. So if I go ahead and continue to press play, price was around this area, and I was explaining why you didn't want to enter at the HPI. So we were very patient, guys. We had a buy limit at that 50% level in the zone because I knew price was going to retrace just a little bit before having that initial entry target. So if I continue, notice how our entry was hit, but our stop loss was below the zone. So imagine if we entered in at the HPI, right, at this highest point, we would have been stopped out, right? We would have lost this trade. And I promise you a lot of you guys would have been mad and upset after knowing this move played out the way I wanted it to play out. So entry was hit. Notice how price is still in the zone. So it respects this general order block in general. And then it pushes up. TP1 hit, break even, and TP2 hit for 50 pips. So again, we had a nice market gap. We're waiting for price to enter in zone for entry, demand on the 30-minute time frame. We had a buy limit at that 50% level near the LPI. TP smacked. And this is why I said it's also just as powerful to enter at the 50% because sometimes it won't always go down to your LPI. So notice how in this trade, price was like 2 pips away from that LPI. So even if we wanted to enter on the LPI, we would have missed it. So the 50% level gives you that leverage. Beautiful trade right here. If you guys took this, you should have made some profit. We were risking 25 pips for a nice 1-2. TP2 smacked for a total of 50 pips. And again, we're using the same concept on gold. So now gold is at the HPI level, which is fine. But just how we had news on FX Street, it was saying that price is having a hard time pushing up and it's kind of stagnant around 1830. So we might have to enter in at the HPI in the next 15 minutes or so, or we'll wait again until price at least comes around that 50% level, right? Gold remains depressed near 1830. That tells me that price is consolidating. And also check this out. So if we were to place a fib as well, let's say you want to place a fib from the daily time frame from point A to point B, that golden zone is actually at that LPI. So that 0.5, 0.618. If we go ahead and scale in, notice how the golden zone is at that LPI as well. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, but it's very powerful to combine your concepts together. So let's say you want to use Fibonacci and supply and demand, then do it like this in a way where both support each other, right? So we have our LPI being that lowest point at that newly found demand zone, and then we have our Fibonacci set up for that newly found bullish trend, right? So not only are you waiting for price entering that golden zone, but you're also waiting for price to hit that LPI for a nice clean entry for a nice tight stop loss. So we're definitely going to wait for price hit the LPI, okay? So we're gonna see what happens in the next 15 minutes. If price is still stagnant, I'll reconsider on entering at that HPI, but for now we're gonna wait for price to enter in that LPI territory with that Fibonacci confirmation on the daily time frame. Again, I'm gonna draw it out so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. We're drawing it from point A to point B. Notice how our golden zone, aka 0.5618 level, is near that LPI from the daily time frame. Simply just combining two concepts so that we have a stronger analysis. So when price hits the LPI, not only are we in that territory of the golden zone, that people call it that 0.5, 0.618 level, but we also have a strong confirmation signaling a bullish reversal in the market, okay? So this will be the safest bet, but we'll see what happens in the next 12 minutes, okay? So again, guys, we have about 8 more minutes. We're gonna see what happens in the next 30-minute interval. Until then, we're just waiting it out. Only thing I have a eye on right now is on gold, and I'll explain my analysis once we hit 6:30. But this is the only setup that I see using the same concept we used on GA the other day. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be playing the waiting game. Also, good morning. So gold is pushing up right now, but again, you guys want to be patient. You guys want to be patient. Remember what happened yesterday? Literally on GA, right? We were on live and price was shooting up from that HPI. People were hopping in, but you want to wait. You want to wait until price gets near that 50% or LPI so that you have a safe stop loss. We placed a buy limit because we wanted to wait for price to dip down just a little bit, which it did eventually, before making that push. Because if people hopped in at the HPI when price reversed because it still had room to fluctuate, you would have been stomped out. So you want to wait until price is near that 50% or LPI in combination with another concept. So on gold, we also have another confirmation of a fib on a daily time frame, which I can show again. But we want to wait for price to fluctuate just a little bit to the downside before having that initial bullish correction. So we have not only a larger pip count, but we also have a safe stop loss because it's somewhere beneath that zone in case price still has room to fluctuate. Hello, how long you been trading? 3.5 years, almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in August. Started in 2019. That's 4 years, right? Because it's 2023, started in August of 2019. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that's 3.5 years. Worst case scenario, okay, let's say that price does decide to shoot up from this HPI, which is fine. It's better to miss an entry than to lose a trade in the first place. But even if it does push up for a long period of time, let's say in the next 30-minute interval, so at 7 o'clock, if price is way away from our zone, let's say if it's near like 1840, then we're gonna look for a break of structure. We're gonna look for a breakout into the next range, being this area over here, okay? So that's the worst case scenario. If we miss this entry, then we'll just look for the next possible break of structure. So we'll see what happens in the next 3 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's the patience game. All right, so it does look like price is pushing up, which is perfectly fine. We'll still wait for the next 30-minute interval, but like I said, guys, worst case scenario, price does decide to push up this morning and find that correction, and we'll just simply look for a break of structure, just like we have been doing, just trading ranges, right? Best case scenario, price still fluctuate, push it down near that 50% so that we have a safer stop loss. Because entering in right now would be hella risky, leaving our stop loss wide enough for price to eventually tap us out. So you want to be patient, guys. We have a good example of what that looks like on GA from yesterday. Entering way too early, you would have lost that trade, but we caught that nice 50% entry for a total of 50 pips. Same concept here, guys. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but even if it does come to the LPI, not only will it be at that 50% level on our daily fib, but look, it's also going to be a wider market gap. And what do we know about market gaps? Well, when there's a market gap, 9 times out of 10, that gap is usually respected because there's distance. So best case scenario, price fluctuates down to that 50% or LPI. We have a safe stop loss, and we catch that full correction in the market. And this whole move alone would be 150 pips, which is really good. And that's one thing that I want you guys to notice as you guys keep on tapping into my live streams. You'll notice that I usually go for a larger pip range than most traders because I don't really consider myself as a scalper. And the reason why that's good is because since I play this game so safe, I'm very picky and I'm very precise with my entries. You could potentially catch a move, a 100, 200 pip move on gold and be set for the whole week. So Monday, let's say you catch a really good move and you take a setup that I call out on gold and you usually go for a 20 to 40 pips, you'll be good for the whole week, right? So I have a pretty good track record with gold and trading on the higher time frames, which is why I'm so precise and I'm so picky with my entries. Yes, we could enter in and be aggressive, but there's no reason to do that if you could have one good entry that could set you up for the whole week. That's why you should never follow price. Never be greedy. Just lead price to a given area, have a strong analysis. Once price is around that area, execute. We did the same thing on GA yesterday. right, let's see what's going on. All right, check this out, guys. I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago on this website. You'll know if price is going to fluctuate or continue pushing up if you notice that there's a lot of bullish momentum, right? So if you come to this website, right, and you come down to this area beneath technical analysis, go to commodities, go to gold, you'll see a summary of what the market is predicting. So a strong buy, go on the chart, notice that gold is pushing up, which is fine. Again, there's no reason, there's no pivotal point to enter in right now since the move is already playing out from that HPI. So best case scenario, price makes its way to 1840 and we can enter in on a continuation into another range, or it retraces back down to the zone and we catch another entry. But now it's pretty much too late because the move is already happening from that HPI level and we don't want to just hop in with a random stop loss. So worst case scenario, price just consolidates around this area 1836 and we don't have a safe stop loss. Best case scenario, price hits 1840 and we catch a buy stop continuation into the next range, or it fluctuates all the way down to our LPI for a bigger pit move. All right, but this site will pretty much tell you if gold or any type of pair you're trading is going to have a huge push in the market because there's no selling pressure, right? You guys see that? It says sell parentheses 0 and then buy says 12. So we're just gonna play the waiting game and see what happens in the next 20 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Or you have any pairs you want me to analyze, go ahead and call them out and I'll be more than glad to. All right, we're gonna see what happens in the next 3 minutes or so. Again, if you guys have any pairs you want to analyze, go ahead and call them out. Otherwise, my only focus this morning is on gold. Alrighty, let's see what's going on. All right, so it looks like gold is pushing off of that HPI, which is fine. Again, I'm not a huge fan of entering at that surface level because my stop loss will not be safe. That's okay, sometimes it happens, but the best possible entries are at the 50% in LPI level. Again, we have a great example from yesterday's move on GA, but gold is pushing up. We also have confirmation that it's going to experience some sort of bullish pressure from now to 12 o'clock. So it's going to continue to push up, but we want to try to find either a pivotal point, like a break of structure area where we can have a continuation, or a small retracement. So gold is definitely going to continue pushing up. We're simply using this website as confirmation. We have a lot of bullish momentum. And we also have our forecast on FX Street saying that it was experiencing some consolidation around 1830. But as you guys can see, gold is now well past that point. And 1830 was that HPI level, by the way. So the highest point of interest, being that surface level of our newly found demand zone, was at 1830. It's now pushing off of that surface level, which is fine, but we don't want to hop in now, because if we do, we're going to have a risky stop loss, or our stop loss is going to be at risk. Better well said. So we can either wait for a break of structure, right here, or near this area, or wait for a small retracement. If I was being realistic, the retracement would probably be somewhere over here. So we're gonna see what happens in the 10 minutes. Hopefully we can find a nice setup and enter in on a trade. But for now, the only focus that I have is gold. If you guys have any pairs I'm gonna analyze, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. If my analysis makes sense, if it doesn't make sense, let me know and I will go over it once more. But until then, it's the patience game. Nicholas, my man, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we will wait. Yep. It's really about being patient now. Once you have your analysis, that's the boring part, is when you can't really do anything. You're just waiting for price to hit your target area for execution. And if it doesn't, what we'll do is place limits. Buy limits, sell limits, buy stops, sell stops, so that we don't miss the move. Just like on GA, price was pretty stagnant around that HPI. We placed a nice buy limit. 2 hours later, price hit our entry. And then 2 hours later, TP2 smacked. So for my trading style, since I am on higher time frames, it can be a little bit boring because once I analyze a pair and I have my analysis, I'm just waiting. Out to everyone that's on the live, I will be posting sometime today or tomorrow on Instagram. And of course, if you're not in the Discord already, make sure you join so you don't miss out on any updates. Nicholas said, for the past year, I have been overtrading, and now I realize I cannot beat the market because I lose when I overtrade, so I am now a lot more patient. That's good. You learn from your mistakes. I mean, me personally, I used to rush all my entries, but being patient is the best thing you can do because the market is going to repeat itself. There's no reason to rush your entries. You want to lead price to a given area and execute off your analysis so you have not one, confidence, but two, you have a strong bias that you know that price is going to repeat itself over and over again. So there's no reason that you should be rushing your entries or trying to hop in without a safe stop loss. It's just not safe. I don't understand it. You know, especially if you're in the game for over 2 years now, you should be disciplined enough to to be patient, you know. So in this scenario, like a lot of people would say that I missed a good entry on the HPI, which is fine, but I'd rather miss an entry than be greedy and rush something to where if that stomps me out, it's going to mess up my psychology. So as long as you use risk management, you know, don't over leverage, just try to find one good setup that could set you up for a long period of time. Like I said, these moves that I usually find on gold are 100 to 200 pips. So me finding that perfect setup would set me up for the whole week instead of trying to find micro aggressive setups. So it's now 7 o'clock, and again, price is kind of in between that range. So it would be stupid to hop in now without a safe stop loss rather than wait for price to either hit that 1835 level, 1830 level, or 1840 level. It's all about being patient. A great example, again, is on GA. We were patient enough to find a really good entry, and we almost had zero drawdown, guys. And this was a 50 pip move. If we hopped in earlier, we would have lost the trade. And I know this system doesn't work for a lot of traders because I understand a lot of people hopping in are going to want to find aggressive moves. That's what I've noticed. I've done a little research on these live streams as well that people make on YouTube, and they're usually scalpers. And a lot of people don't have the patience to wait, especially if you're trading sessions, because 9 times out of 10, if I don't find a setup, I will just place a buy stop or a limit order so that you can potentially capitalize on that move once I'm off YouTube. But I understand a lot of people don't have patience, so I might have to change up my trading strategy or my system for YouTube so that everyone can have the attention span to continue to stay on the live, because I know it can get boring. But my system has been working for me since 2020. So we're going to see what happens in the next 15 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs you're going to analyze, go ahead and call them out. Otherwise, I'm just going to be chilling. See you guys in a minute. All right, so we just got another announcement. Gold price rebounded toward 1840 from the session low. It touched at 1830 earlier and erased its daily losses. So that is pretty accurate. It is trading below 1840, so we'll see if we do get that retracement sometime today. But I doubt we're gonna have a break of structure. I think it's gonna consolidate in this range, this being range 2, 3, and 1. So we're gonna be pretty stagnant today in range 2, I believe. Best case scenario, we do find a retracement. I'm gonna go ahead and send this in the Discord real quick. If you guys have any questions, let me know. let's see. Um, yep, gold does look like it's gonna be stagnant just a little bit. I might have to just send analysis out in the Discord when I'm off, aka when I'm in class. But yeah, I'm not confident that we'll be able to have a move or a call out this morning. This is definitely a slow stream, but tomorrow I should be live for NFP. I'm still trying to figure out if there is NFP tomorrow. Still doing research because someone told me it's on the 10th, but NFP should be the first Friday of every month, to my knowledge. If it's not, someone needs to let me know. But I will send out updates, and of course, while I'm in class, guys, I will send out any other analysis that I find, any viable setups that you guys can capitalize on. But not too much happened this morning, not gonna lie. Just did a recap on GBP AUD from yesterday's move, and then we were trying to catch an LPI setup on gold, but it's well over past 1830. We had announcements on FX Street saying that it is now pushing over range 1 into range 2, and now we're going to experience some consolidation before initially having another push or a slight retracement. So that's what I'm going to be looking for all day, and I will send up updates in the Discord. But we're gonna give it another 15 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs I'm gonna analyze, go ahead and call them out. Otherwise, we're just gonna wait it out. So 8:30 should start to pick up, especially on gold. But I will be in class. I will send up updates. But that's the only thing that's going on this morning. And then we have NZD at around 10:30. Yeah, not much happened this live, but that's definitely okay. This is probably my slowest live that I had all week, but it is expected, especially after catching 50 pips from yesterday's move. Hopefully you guys caught that move as well on GA, but I will try to call something out this morning on gold while I'm away. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This has been a pretty slow stream. Again, I still have to do some research. I'm not sure if I'm going to be live tomorrow because we missed Monday, and I want to make sure we have at least 4 days out of the whole week. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be live because on Forex Factory, it's telling me that we have we just have regular news. It's not showing the folders. It would usually pop up at around here, like 8 o'clock, 8:30. We would have the non-farm employment claims, but it's not showing up. It's not even showing up for Friday as well. So something going on. Or I'm sorry, it is. So Friday, it's showing 8:30 employment change and employment rate. Okay, that's weird. So we do have NFP, but it's on March 10th. I'm not sure why. I might have to do more research on that. So I think I'm not going to be live tomorrow. I think we're just going to wait until next week. So that will be a 5-day stream week. We'll be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for NFP. But I'm not sure why there's no NFP tomorrow. I don't understand, because it's usually, to my knowledge, NFP is the first Friday of every month. I'm not sure why there's no NFP tomorrow. So yeah, I'll just keep you guys updated in the Discord. I'll let you guys know if I will be live or not tomorrow, because I do want to resume schedule next week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then that NFP live might be private for members, or I'll make it public. So I will figure all that out today. Otherwise, if you guys have any questions, let me know the last 5 minutes, because I am going to end stream early. Or you have any pairs you want me to analyze real quick, go ahead and give me those call outs. You can send me your TradingView link or anything, and I'll be more than glad to analyze those pairs. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know now. This is the best time to ask. Otherwise, we're going to wait it out for the next 5 minutes. All right, so gold could potentially have that nice 50% level entry if it decides to fluctuate even further down back into range one. So I'm definitely gonna keep you guys updated, but I am going to end the stream in about a minute. So I will do my research. I'll still figure out if I'm gonna go live tomorrow or not. I have to see what the conditions are. But until then, I'll see you guys soon. And just in case, hope you guys have a good weekend. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you guys have any questions. There will be uploads this week and weekend as well. And of course, the recap videos will be posted in the Discord. But until then, I'll see you guys soon. Shout out to everyone that hopped in the live. Hope you guys have a great morning, and I'll see you guys later. I'm out.